Hi, I'm Kate, this is Connie, and this time we're going to do a zombie makeup, but quite glamorous one for a girl going to a party, say. I'm still using the lovely Death Palette wax bases from Le Maquillage. They've got some really, well, they're based on the old Joe Blasco Death bases, so they're lovely colours. So I'll just start by taking all the colour out of Connie's face. And because it's wax, it goes on really easily. And it actually warms up and gets better. So if you're going to a party and wearing this, it will look great. There we are. And we're making this a glamorous zombie, not just a horrid zombie. So we won't be putting any scabs or scars on with this one. We want this one to be nice. So still using my palette, going for the slightly purplier colour. We're just going to put some shading in. Just feel for where, because this is Glamour. So you're just Connie turns her head that way. You can see you're actually doing quite a hard line, and then just blending that up. And the other way. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of black in with the purple. I'm again using the black from Le Maquillage Grand palette. So if Connie just closes, you're wanting to go into the eye sockets. So you can see, you can always see the eye socket. You can feel it actually if you push where the bone is. Now, as long as you powder this well, you can see I'm concentrating on basically an eye line. Just look up. Just drawing your line up underneath. Just get another brush. Just soften all that with a softer brush. Just soften your edges. I mean, the aim of this one is, although it's sort of zombie, it's meant to be pretty as well. These soft floppy brushes are great for blending. And we're just going to add a couple more colours around the eyes. So we're going to go for a bit of red. Again, I'm going back to the Grand palette, but you could always use lipstick or just buy one of the colours individually. Now again, because it's meant to be a nice zombie, an attractive zombie, I am going to, it's all about the eyes. So I am just going to dip this eyebrow brush and just really accentuate the eyebrows. Connie's got lovely shape eyebrows, so we just want to make sure they look really strong. And sort of quite nice sort of 50s shape. So we're mixing same sort of core colours, the blacks and the reds. You could even do a bit of, you could even add a bit of glitter to our lovely just open. Now if you make the lips too dark, it'll make them look really, really thin. So I'm just adding a bit of light. I'll do that when we've finished, once I've got the outline in. Unless you've got a very steady hand. Or dots, you can dot. If you haven't got a pencil, you can just dot the colour and join it up if you find that easier. Just close for me. Like I say, just put a little bit of light in the middle, as this is meant to be a pretty. So you've still got the dark outline, but... So, and then we're going to, because this is wax, we're going to use the Nye very cheap but amazingly fine powder to set it. It's their new HD powder. So again, if they wear contact lenses, be careful because it's so fine. You can see it in the air just floating around when I tap my powder puff. Just press in. Just go in there. Now just around the eyes, I'll just go in with a brush. Just dab gently. You know, if I had my glitter here today, we could add bits of glitter to this. If you want to add a bit more, or sequins. But you can see how lovely the base is. It gives a really nice finish. You could, for a bit of extra, you could add a little bit of a blood tear. Now this is great blood, this is David Stoneman's blood, and it will dry. Just let that run down, so it will dry. You don't want to get it in the eye particularly, it wouldn't particularly damage it, but it is quite sugary blood. And eventually when that stops running down, and the only other thing I would do, if Connie was going to a party, and just very quickly I'll do this for you, is I would give her a really big, messy, you can see how quickly I'm doing this, messy hair, just all piled up on top. She's got beautiful colour hair, so I'll just put a bit of back combing in there. And don't be too neat about this. This is just really, literally, if you've got any red feathers or anything, bits of red cloth or sequins, it's just for the purposes of this. And there we have our pretty zombie. One extra thing that will look really lovely is just to put a little bit of kohl. Some people prefer to do this themselves. Connie's quite happy for me to do that for her. Just on the inside of the eye. And that will all soften and smudge in. That's it, put some on the top as well. Just open, Connie. And on the other eye. But you can see how that really draws the eye out well and makes her beautiful colour eyes look even more stunning. You could also, just as one final thing, as I haven't got any lip gloss, just open, just put a little bit of the blood on the lips to give a bit of gloss. So we use the Death palette, Le Maquillage. This is the wax bases. They can be used on the lips and the eyes. Great colours. I used some of the colours from the Grande palette, which you can buy individually if you don't want to splash out on a big palette. They're very cheap. I used the Nye, their new Maqpro matte powder, which is so fine. And finally, I used the Dried Blood Dark from Make-up, made by David Stoneman. And that was it.